So coming up next, I really want to introduce uh, our latest CVAD release, LTSR 2507, and we're going to kind of we're going to dive deep into that release, talk a little bit about what you can expect coming forward, and all of the great features and capabilities that are going to be in there. So I know it just sounds like every other, just another release, but this one is really different. I know we know you love the stability of our LTSRs, but you want the faster access to all of the new features. You don't want to wait for these to keep coming. So we've heard you loud and clear. And what we're doing is we're moving to an annual LTSR release schedule. And really, this shift has been driven by the feedback we're getting from you. You want faster adoption of new features, or there's capabilities that are in our product that can help your business, but you don't want to wait 2 years to be able to get these these components within the LTSR. But you like the long-term stability and the support you get with the LTSR. So kind of a conundrum there. So what we're doing is we're going to an annual LTSR release schedule. And this means you're going to have access to all of our latest innovations, performance improvements, and security enhancements. And no more waiting years for that next big feature that you really need. Every year, you're going to get an LTSR. And what we're doing is we're targeting 3 releases per year. It's going to have one LTSR somewhere around mid-year, and you'll have 2 CRs that will cover the rest of that. So you'll be able to adopt CRs if you're on that track, or every year you'll be able to get a mid-cycle LTSR. We're also really excited to announce a few of the key integrations that we have for some of our recent acquisitions. Uber Agent is now completely integrated into the CVAD and DAS product line, and it's been touched into the client, the VDA, and director. And you should be able to see now we're collecting that deep insights and telemetry from both the endpoint on the server side, and we're aggregating all that into director to show you endpoint performance, session quality, and application usage. Like imagine this, right? So you have your help desk. We've now using the LTSR with these integrations of Uber Agent. And so a user calls about a slow session. And now you can quickly see exactly what's happening on their endpoint. You could see their entire network connection. You know what specific applications that are running not only on that are virtualized, but on that endpoint device. And there's really no more guessing games or endless troubleshooting steps that you and your support team are doing for this user. You have all of that information and that context right at your fingertips, and it's being collected consistently. Now, if you're on the other side where you're an operations team that are planning expansions, acquisitions, new technology acquisition, what this does is it gives you that real-time visibility into your entire environment. All the way from the client side into your server and data center. It's going to expose all this information, and you'll be able to see exactly where you are from a capacity perspective, where you are from a bottleneck or design perspective, and allow you to proactively spot issues that haven't necessarily occurred yet. Or if there are challenges with the design, you could fix them faster with all of this great information. Ultimately, this integration is looking to be able to speed that support process and provide a great experience for your users, but also allow you to plan for the future with this data. And now with device trust integrated, you can apply all of these great contextual real-time access policies, based on who's logging in, where they are, no matter what device they are, without any conflicts or compatibility issues. And this means you can provide a stronger security and compliance posture for your environment. That you could do that dynamically as we enforce these controls, and you could verify your devices. So these are just two great examples of these integrations and how they're going to help streamline your operations, reduce that complexity of managing multiple tools, multiple installs, consoles, potentially conflicts between policies. You're going to have this one integrated piece across your entire environment. And it's really about getting all of this data that helps you make decisions, and turning that data into actions that you can use in order to potentially increase your security or increase your reliability across your entire environment. So this LTSR that we're talking about isn't just a minor refresh. It's a release that is packed with over 400 new features and enhancements. All of this since our last LTSR, on 2402. Now that's a lot of value that we're packing into one release. And these aren't just like little small bells and whistles. These are really big key features that you've been asking for, the industry has been demanding, that are focused on making your Citrix deployment really as secure as possible. We're looking at ways to make it more efficient and scalable so we can grow with you. We've also enhanced almost every part of this platform to give you better performance, an overall lower operating costs, and a smoother experience for all your users to keep them as productive as possible. And one really great example here, talking about user performance and productivity, is that users want that smooth, fast, almost local-like experience. And we know that HDX is the leader in this area. And 2507 it brings many improvements focused on making users, happier and more productive. And one key improvement that we want to highlight here is that we're seeing in our standardized testing a 21% drop in our ICA round trip time. Now, this is just lowering the latency that the users have within their system and increasing the threshold of the different types of network connections they might have where they have great usable performance. So they're going to see faster response times, a smoother, more consistent experience. And this is really going to be helpful in these hybrid environments that we're all dealing with and managing today, where remote workers could be they're at home, they could be in a coffee shop, an airport, or wherever they are, where latency is a variable there. This lower latency threshold is going to mean better user satisfaction, higher productivity, really no matter where they connect. Some other great improvements that we're seeing from a user experience is going to help you be able to provide that user experience is the session performance metric trends in Director. And really what you're doing, what you're going to see here is a clear connection path showing every step of the way for that user, showing that session health, all the way from the endpoint client back to their desktop or application. And we're going to be showing key stats and trends for this information for up to 24 hours. So that means when someone calls with a slow connection or someone is having an issue, you'll have all the tools necessary to be simply easily troubleshoot issues faster, and you can keep your users up and running real smooth with real time. And these real time actual insights will be able to allow you to be able to troubleshoot these much quicker. So no more, they worked yesterday and now it doesn't work today type of mysteries. You'll be able to look back in time, find the exact issue, understand the root cause of it, and move on with your day. Another great one is HDX Direct. And this is going to allow those clients that have a direct path to their VDA to be able to connect to it directly, removing any additional network hops. It's going to improve the latency. It's going to improve the speed of their session and give their better response of this. Again, great for our hybrid workers where they don't have to go through gateways or extra hops in order to be able to get to the resources that they need. And then finally, one of the other highlights is our enhanced multi-monitor experience. We got to think about use cases where we have users that are potentially in the financial industry or healthcare or wherever they're using multiple applications simultaneously and they have a elaborate multi-monitor setup. Now the users can easily choose where they want their desktops and applications and their entire layout, before launching the session within their app. And we think this is going to be a huge productivity increase so they can design their environment. So this is especially for power users and multitaskers first. And then when they launch, all of their applications are in the right monitor in the same place that they're consistently that they're used to. Some really great improvements here. On the other side is I want to talk about some of the security features that we have in 2507 LTSR. And really what we're looking to do is shifting from our traditional perimeter type defenses to this integrated contextual control, right? And this is all driven by our built-in integrations with tools like Device Trust and Uber Agents, which help empower that, but also enables a more productive and adaptive security posture. And really what we're seeing here is that 15% of this entire release is dedicated to helping increasing your security posture in your environment in various areas, but also really it's just building upon our strategy of looking how we're helping you secure the work that is happening in your environment. And a couple great examples of this in this release is one is Secure HDX, and we've replaced, Secure ICA Now we have true end-to-end AES-256 encryption. And this means that your data is staying encrypted and protected in traffic across any untrusted network that your users might be coming from. And it's even prevents any type of intermediary devices, even our own NetScaler gateways, from being able to decrypt and look at that data. So we believe, like from a data protection in transit perspective, this is a great step forward and highly if you're a highly secure environment. Other great areas around FIDO2, right? So we've made passwordless authentication even more secure and easier to deploy. Passkeys are becoming more and more prevalent, and support for that in-session applications and the FIDO2 to redirection, especially when we're looking at double hop scenarios, users can now get that seamless access to their applications without having extra steps in the way. And IT gets to maintain that strong security posture along with it. So more productive users, higher security threat, higher security posture. And then finally, one of the other highlights is around session recording. And now we're able to record printing activities and web apps, right? So now you can capture all of the printing activities with full audit trails and even record, Citrix delivered web applications within session recording. We know that this is crucial for your compliance, remediation, and really what we're looking to do is provide those tamper evident records of all of that user activity, not only increasing and strengthening your security posture, but also helping you with all of your compliance activities. Now, everyone here is just being asked to do more with less, right? Especially from an IT perspective. And this is where our operational enhancements in 2507 come in. And the bulk of the enhancements that we're making in this release are really focusing on making your operational burden of supporting your users that much easier, much lighter weight, and give you more opportunity to work on a lot of the strategic products. So some of the highlights that we want to talk about here include infrastructure monitoring of PVS, both storefront and delivery controllers. Infrastructure monitoring is going to give you that real-time visibility, those proactive alerts for all your key on-premises components. So really what this means is all of these various components that you have in your system that you're using to build your entire environment, no longer do you need to go to each one separately to understand, okay, is it running? Is the CPU, memory, are there any services that are failing? Are you at any of the limits? All of this is going to be aggregated right into Director to be able to give you that one pane of glass view for all of your infrastructure components. Another area where we're helping you being more efficient is some of the major updates we're making to the Web Studio homepage. So right now we're going to be surfacing real-time metrics like session load, usage, alerts, and resources, all from this one view from the Web Studio homepage. We're looking to help you, monitor whether it's site performance, spot trends within your environment faster, prioritize various actions, and we're trying to do this in a more intuitive way without having you dig through multiple menus or multiple different types of applications. Again, creating that one pane of glass for you to be able to get all of your insights from the Web Studio homepage and all of your infrastructure side from Director. And then finally, one of the last highlights I want to talk about is our VDA upgrade service, right? And this service is going to help you automate and deliver the VDA upgrades across your entire deployment. This is going to allow you to schedule upgrades, set concurrency limits. Do I want to do 5 upgrades, 50, 2 at a time? And really it's going to track the progress. You'll have a single dashboard to where you can see the upgrade progress across your environment. And what this means is it's going to be much less manual work for your IT teams to get on the latest versions and be able to take advantage of all our great innovations. It's just going to mean fewer disruptions and really more time for your team to be able to spend on a lot of these strategic initiatives. So overall, we're looking to make things easier for you as an IT organization to be able to deliver the applications that drive your business. And one of the other areas we're really looking at is how do you help you automate your environment? And we're integrating very intimately with tools like Terraform and Ansible. And it's not only just automation, but really like how can we help you streamline any repetitive tasks? But more importantly, standardize your deployment. So things that you deploy with these automation tools, are accurate and consistent over time, devoid of any manual issues or errors that can cause delays in application deployment or cause user issues. On another note, operational efficiency is about saving IT time, but we're also looking at you as how do we're helping you save, potential costs within your data center, right? And using our industry standard tests and comparing from LTSR to LTSR, this release, we are seeing a reduction of up to 7% in CPU and 7% in memory without requiring any change to you. Just have the latest VDA on the system. And really what this is going to help do is translate, into the ability to support, more users per server, more desktops, more applications, right? And when you be able to get more users, desktops, and applications on your existing hardware, we're allowing you to help extend those hardware refresh cycles, potentially lower data center power and cooling costs. It all kind of compounds together. So I think these are some great improvements that we're making in this LTSR to help you have a more scalable environment. And really, you know, other important things that we're looking at doing is like we're enabling your teams now with all of this operational efficiency to move beyond, that simple firefighting and focus on strategic initiatives. We got automation, dashboards, which give you real-time data, ability to troubleshoot, better scalability. So this release has very impactful because we have over 90 improvements specifically targeting operational efficiency and more than 25 of them that are in there that are going to be essential for reducing a lot of the effort that you guys are doing today and help improving a lot of your outcomes. So while your teams are under pressure to do more with less, overall IT is under pressure to do more with less budget, right? And here is a few of the ways that moving to LTSR 2507 is going to help you save money, right? One is we have some great tools that are going to be built into Director that are going to be able to use real-time data to be able to help you make important decisions about where your workloads are going to go and what is the most cost efficient way. And the first one is our cost optimization section in Director. It's really going to help you save IT dollars by showing you where your resources are unused. So you're deploying desktops, you're deploying applications, and we're going to make sure that those resources you have out there are used to the right capacity. You don't have any underused machines or potentially overused machines that are providing a poor user experience. And with these new tools, you'll be able to instantly spot any of the VMs out there that are running. Um, You'd be able to track the sessions, whether across delivery groups or sites or application or desktop specific. And these are going to help you identify ways where you can potentially scale back on resources, lower the VM size potentially, or be able to, as capacity demand increases, you know that you have the capacity across your site. And you don't need to go procure additional hardware. Our goal right here is to give you those clear insights to be able to actually make clear actions within the parameters that you set. I need more users, I have the capacity, or I'm over provisioned. Let me reduce that and save money in my data center. Also, other great areas is our infrastructure right sizing. And these two are really directly related to the cost optimization piece. Really, but what we're looking for is again, unused, underused, or overused VMs. And we could like help you and automatically shut down idle machines, aggregate the right workloads based on real usage, and then optimize your environments for potential power users that are resource hungry, being able to put them in the right spots so they don't distract or damage other users that are on the system. And then finally, another area is our cost modeling for Azure workloads. For these, for those of you using Azure, I think this is a really great feature because it's going to analyze all of your usage across your environment and recommend whether, hey, using Azure reservations, savings plans, or pay as you go is the right method for you to be able to save as much money as possible. And it's going to provide like really tailored and specific insights on the VM series that you're using, the various delivery groups and regions that you're utilizing, and show those potential savings, across different types of commitment strategies. So this is going to help you make smarter resource allocation decisions and help really truly help reduce your infrastructure spend. So whether you're on premise or in the cloud or a mix of both and hybrid, we're building you tools to be able to maximize the usage of your current hardware investment. Also, one of our key strength is about supporting, diversity of environments that exist out there. And just from a compatibility perspective, this release is going to offer expanded support where we are Windows Server 2025. We're really pushing for the latest and great, be able to give you options to use the latest operating systems out there today, which includes Windows 11, Mac OS, iOS versions, and a wide range of Linux distributions like Red Hat, Rocky, Debian, Ubuntu, all those latest versions to be able to take advantage for that VDA compatibility. Also, all the major cloud providers and are being supported, and we're enhancing our provisioning and image management technologies across both AWS, Azure, GCP, even Nutanix and Zen Server for your on-prem and VMware. So really what our goal here is to give you the freedom to support every user, every device across every environment without trade-offs, right? So your business decisions will be driving, which platforms you're going to be using, and Citrix is your partner here to be able to support all of those various combinations. So just want to kind of wrap this up. CVAD, it's just not your normal simple upgrade. It is packed with value with over 400 features spread across security, user experience, operational efficiency, cost savings. There are many enhancements across the board. And really, this is the opportunity for you to modernize your environment, take advantage of these latest features, the integrations with Uber Agent and device trusts, and you take advantage of all these operational efficiencies to help simplify your environment and you be able to enhance the management, take advantage of the automation tools that will ultimately improve the performance and reduce costs with your environment. So really, our goal, secure your environment and be able to take advantage of this latest annual cadence that we have, right? We want to put you on a path to where every year you can take advantage of all these great features and capabilities that we have, but also for you to be confident in the stability of these LTSR releases that we have to make sure everything is tested and compatible together, right? So if you guys have been waiting, now is the right time to upgrade, take advantage of the licensing, the telemetry, security, performance, operational efficiency, and cost saving features that we have in this latest 2507 LTSR.